Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Marty Jake, and today we are going to be basically discussing why I believe that there should be more autistic people involved in autistic representation, as well as going a bit into what I would like to see from representation in the future. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you probably know that I'm always really happy whenever I learn an autistic character was played by an actual autistic person. It happens so rarely that I'm always pleasantly surprised when I see it. There's just a certain sense of authenticity when an autistic person plays an autistic character. When an allistic person plays an autistic character, despite how much research they do, they never truly understand what it's like to be autistic the way an actual autistic person would. Some of the most nuanced autistic representation I have seen has been done by actors that are actually autistic. That's not to say that allistic actors can't play autistic characters well. There most certainly have been good autistic representation played by allistic actors. One of my personal favorite pieces of representation, Power Rangers 2017, was played by someone who is not autistic. From what I've heard, the actor R.J. Seiler spent a lot of time actually talking to autistic people to make sure his performance as an autistic person was as good as possible. My point being that if an autistic character is played by an allistic person, then they need to make sure that they do the appropriate amount of research and consult actual autistic people. I would definitely prefer that autistic actors be cast, but in the event that they are not, the allistic actor needs to do their best to treat the role with sensitivity and do all of the research. Another benefit of hiring autistic actors is that it gives jobs to autistic people. It can be hard, especially as an artistic actor, to break into the industry. But even more important, in my opinion, is the need to have autistic people involved in the writing and production of autistic representation. I think this is something that would make a huge difference in the way representation is portrayed. Having autistic people involved in the production can help to create a more nuanced portrayal of autism. Autistic people on the crew could help pick up on things that allistic people might not catch, such as over-reliance on autism stereotypes, or ableist plot lines as an example. Pablo, which I had previously reviewed on this channel, I personally believe was so good as representation because of how many autistic people were involved in the writing staff of the show, as well as other areas of the show's production. I also want to talk briefly about some of the things I would like to see in representation in the future. First of all, I would like to see much more diversity in autistic characters. Let's see more autistic characters who are women, more diversity in the race of autistic characters, more LGBT autistic characters. I have referenced this before, but I would also love to start seeing a much wider variety in the types of special interests autistic characters have, instead of just the tired autistic boy who loves trains stereotype. I also think it would be nice to see some autistic characters in relationships, as that is something that I feel like I very rarely see. And finally, I would really like to start seeing a wider variety in the types of genres that autistic characters are included in. Instead of just serious drama films all the time, I'd like to see representation in a wider variety of genres like sci-fi, fantasy, comedies, sitcoms, superhero movies, cartoons, and more. What do you think about what I've talked about today? Is there anything that I didn't mention that you would like to see in representation in the future? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, goodbye.